can put your hands on my son?
I caught him in the bed with my daughter.
They don't give you a right to put your hands on my son. Do not touch my child anymore. No, I could press charges on him.
Did you even know who he was? Where he was?
He said he was going to a friend's house. I didn't know he was coming over here.
Oh, so you don't keep tabs on your own son?
Of course I keep tabs on my son.
That's crazy.
And you need to watch your mouth because...
Stop it. Get some help.
I'd like to thank you for tapping in with the Already Canceled Social Club. That's excellent vision. Good looking now.
As always, give us a like, share, subscribe. Keep that algorithm moving up, all right?
Good looking. Appreciate you. Now, we're about to review something, and it kind of hits most men at home, especially those with kids. We're going to review a parenting situation.
Most fathers with daughters.
It's not especially fathers with daughters. And it's not a relationship. These two parents aren't in a relationship at all. But let's check this video out, and you guys tell me who you think's in the wrong.
Put your hands on my son?
I caught him in the bed with my daughter.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't give you a right to put your hands on my son.
Sure did.
He know the rules.
Okay, and I tell him the rules, but you,
they in the
when
living
it comes
room.
to my children, you do not put your hands on my child.
They don't go in the bedroom.
Understood.
They stay in the living room.
Understood. He put his hands on you, correct? Do not touch my child anymore. And I wouldn't touch your child. Don't
I didn't hit him. I didn't hit him.
It doesn't matter.
I threw him out. He knew the rules.
It doesn't matter. You could have spoke to him. You didn't have to touch him. You didn't have to use physical force.
So did you even know who he was? Where he was?
He said he was going to a friend's house. I didn't know he was coming over here.
Oh, so you don't...
No.
Go ahead.
First off, you in my house, under my roof. This is where my daughter is at. You were welcomed into our house to be able to spend time with her. Y'all in the living room. And you go disrespect me as a man, as father, and go do what you want to go do with my daughter in her room or whatever. Nah. You deserve whatever comes with that consequence. And that's to serve you, because that could be when you grown and you messing with a female and you in the wrong house or whatnot. The wrong thing could happen to you.
Well, this is what I'm going to say before I watch it all, because we're going to watch it all and go back in. At first, I would say she would be in the right if her son said that the dude was punching on him and hitting on him. But once he actually said, I didn't punch him, I didn't hit him, he was in the bed with my daughter, I woke him up, I drug him outside, and I put him out. So that's totally different. So all that yapping and waving fingers should have stopped at that point. Because I can get it if she's under the impression that maybe her son was beat up by a grown-up. Even if he's in the wrong, you don't beat up my son. So I get that. You're supposed to have some restraint if you're a grown man. So I get that. But once that was decided that did not happen, then she should have calmed down that barking, all that finger waving and pointing.
Put your hands on my son?
I caught him in the bed with my daughter.
They don't give you a right to put your hands on my son.
See, he didn't say no. So she's still under the impression you put your hands on my son. Hands. Like, you know what it means in our neighborhood when you say you got hands put on. So she thinking her son got beat on, punched on. You know what I'm saying? So that's why she's under this guise.
If your son got beat on, punched on by a grown man, trust me, you'd know.
No, he just could have went body. You feel me? Like
He know the rules.
Okay, and I tell him the rules, but you, when it comes
Rules,
to my children,
the rules
Go
don't
ahead.
govern my household.
Facts. That's one thing. And I would like to give Pops a lot of credit for the way he's handling this situation, because this is what a mature me at this age would do. But a younger me, when my son was 14, I would have been a little more feisty, especially the way she came waving. And I didn't punch him out, but I would have let that be known from jump. Put hands on your son? Nah, I didn't put no hands on your son. I drug your son out of my house. But anyway, let's go.
you do not put your hands on my child.
They don't go in the bedroom.
Understood.
They stay in the living room.
Understood. He put his hands on you, correct? Do not touch my child anymore.
See, that's why she turned up.
And I wouldn't touch your child. Don't.
I didn't hit him. I didn't hit him. I
It doesn't
roughed him
matter.
up.
You
I
put
threw
your
him out.
hands
He
on
knew the
him.
rules.
It doesn't matter.
It does
You
matter.
could have spoke to him. You didn't have to touch him. You didn't have to use physical force.
So
Did you even
know who he was? Where he was?
He said he was going
And
to
press
I didn't know he
charges.
was coming over here.
Oh, so you don't keep tabs on your own son?
Of course I
That's
keep
crazy.
tabs on my son.
That's crazy.
And you need to watch your mouth, because don't tell me what I'm doing.
Go ahead.
Go on and press your charges. Press your charges. Let your son come back over here again. Watch what happened to him.
Nah, but
now your son banned. He can't come back over here.
You need to watch your mouth.
You feel me?
Once he clowned her, though, he didn't even clown her, though. He was like, so you just mean to tell me you don't keep tabs on your son?
Exactly. You don't have no control over him.
You need to watch your mouth. I wanted to at first say that she was way out of pocket, but which she eventually was out of pocket after, in hindsight, but I get why she was out of pocket. But then once he explained it, like, I did not put hands on your son. No, I didn't beat your son. I didn't hit your son. And you know what? Honestly, and I probably would have went to jail.
Yeah.
No, because I wouldn't have lumped him up. I would have took my butt off and whooped that nigga.
Where everybody was gonna get a whooping.
He was definitely, they both was gonna get a
everybody
discipline.
Was gonna get a whooping.
That's what I'm saying. They was both gonna get a whooping. Both of them. And when she came over there wilding and shit.
Yep. Don't trip. My daughter got it too.
Got the same thing.
She got the same thing. I didn't spare nobody.
And obviously, this is some sneaky shit because I would have been, and nice to meet you. So obviously, they ain't met.
Exactly.
But what y'all think about this, man? In the comments, let us know. Also, like, share the video, subscribe if you're feeling the content. What you got to say before we get up out of here?
Just know where your kids is at. Know what your kids are doing. You know what I'm saying? And you know when your kids are sneaky. Stop taking up for your sneaky ass kids.
Stop playing. All kids are sneaky. That's one thing I will say. I don't like to say all with a lot of shit, but all kids are sneaky. They'll get away with what they can get away with.
Yeah, but don't be in denial about it. You know your kids are sneak and do some shit.
Well, the crazy thing is I was under the assumption that he kind of let her believe, like by saying, hey, man, her pops put hands on me. And just left it vague like that.
Exactly.
To where he was even being sneaky and saying that. You know what I'm saying? Knowing his mom would turn up and go to bat for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and
not weaponizing your mom.
Well, not to be funny, that should have been a dad going to the door, but we already know he must not be in a day-to-day household position. I mean, we know, I'm just speaking on the obvious. I mean, he might be there, he might be a weekend dad.
Regardless, that was supposed to be two men having that conversation.
Hit him with the shit.
As always, man up, not man down.
Maintain, not maintain. And we out.